What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to another edition of Mental Health Matters with Marty, our COVID edition. And again, my name is Martinez Sellers, your mental health hygienist here in the beautiful state of Southern California. Southern California, I'm giving us our own state now, California. Listen, we are so glad that you are joining us today. Listen, let us know you are out there. Who's out there listening? Give us a shout out. Annette, what is going on, darling? How are you? Hey, my auntie, what's going on, auntie? Let us know you are out there. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, what's going on today? As always, this show, Mental Health Matters Marty, COVID edition, this is to serve as an educational tool. Again, this is not a substitute for medical advice or psychiatric advice. We don't want to be a substitute for the CDC because we always believe in the CDC and the regulations as are being told. Yes, it's difficult, but if you are experiencing any type of medical emergency, whether it be physical, emotional, psychological, listen, go to the emergency room, dial 911, get help. That's what this show is all about. Getting the necessary help we need in times of trouble. There is help out there. And I say this all the time, y'all. Listen, going to see a therapist or talking to someone is not a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of strength. And that I'm so glad you love this show. Listen, y'all, like and share. Invite some people out there. Invite people who are feeling lost. Today's show theme is all about hope. Bringing hope to what seems like hopeless times. Listen, I was sitting there at the group home today doing my work and trying to figure out Christmas plans with these young men, trying to get them reunited with families, trying to get court orders and talking to social workers and all that. And I once reminded them, listen, there is hope. Miss Penny, how are you? Let's hope all is well out there. There is hope. There is hope. And today, that's our theme. We want to talk about hope. Listen, even when you don't see hope, you have to believe and know that hope, like help, is on the way. It's on the way. Listen, don't be afraid and don't get turned up about things that may not be happening as we planned. Like I said, I was at the group home and got this alert saying, listen, our county is going on stay-at-home alerts and all that and only essentials. And you know what, y'all? When we start to hear those things, we start to panic. But I don't want you to panic, but I want you to grab onto those things that are good. Grab onto those things that are lovely. Grab onto those things that are kind, that are of good rapport, that are virtuous, that can definitely bring you hope during this time. So with that being said, listen, let us know you're out there. Greetings and salutations, Pastor Sean. Listen, I need to bring you on here for some hope tonight because we need it. You are absolutely amazing. Hope all is well. But my co-host had a quick thing to do. He's coming on, so we want to bring him on to. But I am so glad to have none other than you know how you have them homegirls, them homies, that my mentor, friend. Now she and her husband coming like my road dogs. We be in this fight together, and she is nothing but the epitome of hope herself. None other from the ATL than Miss Portia Scott herself. Portia!
Marty, hello, darlings.
I love it.
How's everyone doing?
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good, Marty. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Listen, we do this together. You know that. I can't do this without you and everything. So this is just a preview for what's about to come on this coming Sunday. Am I right?
Well, tell us about it, Marty. What's coming this Sunday, darling?
Well, this coming Sunday, we back on your show. We back on Sundays. Listen, to bring hope. Tell us about one. For those who might not know who you are, I think everyone on my show already knows who you are. Come on. It's none other than Portia Scott of Portia Scott Media. None other than the GOAT herself.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you gassing my head up.
I love it.
If you don't have friends that don't gas your head up, throw the whole friend away.
Throw them away.
If you do not have friends that encourage you and motivate you,
that's right.
Throw the whole friend away.
That's right.
Marty, I'm so excited. For those of you guys that don't know, for I think ever since March of this
Right.
year, Marty and I, as well as Dr. Donovan Christie, had a show called Wake Up Well. So the
Yes.
beginning, we talked a lot about COVID and how it was
Yes.
affecting and the numbers. And I mean, Doc just gave incredible information for us
Yes.
to navigate through. And
Yes.
we talked about the mental health and just all kind of things. And so we're bringing that show back, and it is the Wake
Yes.
Up Well show. So it won't just specifically be about COVID, but we're really going to talk about being healthy in our minds, in our bodies,
Yes.
in our souls, in our spirits, just all around holistically being well. And so that will air on Sundays. Um,
Woo!
yeah, okay, listen. This is what happens on live TV. I can't remember if we went at 7 or 8, Marty.
Listen, we
Where's
just
Daryl?
on. Find us.
Daryl, where you at? But I think we came on
It
at
was 7
we came on at
because
7.
it was 4 o'clock my
4
time.
for you. So we come on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow me on Facebook at I am Portia Scott, or Instagram. And we're
Yes.
definitely going to put that information out. Marty will put it out. So we want to see you guys there. And we love to hear what you
Yes.
want to hear about, because this isn't our show. This is your
Right.
show. So
That's right. Portia, listen, I miss you. I miss you so much.
I miss you.
It's like when I didn't see my family and all, it's like, hey, wait a minute, my sister ain't here. My brother ain't here. You know, as
I
you get in a
know.
routine. And the reason I loved it so much, because it was like I got a booster shot every week.
Oh,
A booster shot of love, a booster shot of hope, a booster shot of, hey, keep going, don't give up with that, especially during this time now.
yeah. Yeah.
What we thought was going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks has turned into almost a year. And some of us are still trying to navigate through that. The hurt, the pain, all of that comes with it. But I don't want to focus on the negative today. When I called you today, I said, I need someone to come on with me. I called you, yeah, y'all, I just called her today, probably just a few hours ago, because I was stuck. I'm like, I want to give hope. I want to share hope today.
Yes.
And I was like, who else is one of the most hopeful people I know? None of them. I said, I need you. And you answered the call.
I'm so glad you called, Marty. Thank you. You know, I thought about this, is that because you said that you're a ray of hope, and
Yeah.
and sometimes we feel like because I have hope that it's a blinder to our situation.
Right.
Hope isn't a blinder to our situation,
you.
but it is the ability to see that small blinking light, as I said, in the distance
Yes,
from the lighthouse. It's
yes.
knowing that, yes, the situation is going on, but I can see past that situation.
Right.
And so it's not that I always have hope. I need to dig into my community. You, Marty, when you called and asked me that, what did I say? This had to be God, because listen,
Right.
your girl is over here about to pull her whole eyebrows out about stuff that's going on.
Right.
And so hope is not having these blinders on to our situation, but what it is saying is that I know that there's a light, and at least I can
Yes.
see that. And if I can
Yes.
see, if I can have a glimpse
Yes.
that there is something on the other side, then I can keep going.
Yes, that's what it's all about. That
Yeah.
we can have that ray of hope, like you're saying, so that gives us the ability, the permission. I love it. Gives us a permission to live. Gives us
Yes.
a permission to say, I can make it through this. Yes, yes.
Somebody
Some of
type that in the comments. I have permission to live. I have permission
Yes,
to
yes, yes. I'm gonna put that in. You have permission, yes, because that's what it is. Too often we're waiting for someone else to give us permission, but we need to take the permission, take the hope by the bullhorns, and say, listen, y'all, I have permission to live. This too shall pass, and I will live and not die because
You
of
better
this.
come on. You better come on, because I heard in Lamentations
Come
that
on.
the prophet said,
Yes.
he said that if I had not believed, no. If I recall to my mind, therefore I have
Therefore,
hope. If I
That's it.
recall to my mind
Yes.
the goodness of the Lord,
Come on.
if I recall to my mind that I've been in a situation, not
Yes.
this situation, but I've been in a
Yes.
situation before, then I can have hope. I've been here. I've been in something like that. It's in a tight, uncomfortable
Yes.
situation. I know I can have hope.
See, I'm
Marty,
about
I'm
to-
acting up. Get me off in
Listen.
here.
No, because listen, our listeners need to know that there is hope. We have hope for those of us who are believers. Come on, somebody,
Right.
because of that of Jesus Christ. In that,
Yes, yes.
listen. So in what seems like unhopeful situations, we can hold on to. My hope is built on nothing less. That's what I'm talking. See, you got me preaching.
Come on.
I'm trying to hold myself now in here. But so many of us have had so many hopeless things. What appears
Right.
to be, let me say it this way, what appears to be hopeless
Hopeless.
things. I can't wait to see the major growth and that comes after all of this. Because if we make it, and not if, when we make it through this, listen, when we make it through this, we're going to be unstoppable. We're gonna hold back and say, listen, I made it through 2020. So come on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it
Right.
on.
The
If I'm-
resilience
yes.
that has been
Yes.
birthed, and that's the funny thing is you don't know. It's almost like,
Right.
I know you never gave birth to children, but this is the thing.
Right, right.
It is you kind of know what you're thinking about. You know what you're dreaming about. You know what you're trying to birth out.
Right.
But in the midst of that pain, it is like, I just want this to be over. I
Over.
want it to be over. But as soon as you give birth, you realize that one, you've given life. You realize that you have never loved anyone or anything the way that you have. I don't care if you have 10 children, your expansion of your heart, of your
Yes.
love, it grows to be able to handle all of that. And I believe
Right.
that in the midst of this, we've built things that we don't even know until after it comes. And we're
Yes.
able to see what 2020 has birthed in us.
Yes, yes. Pastor Sean said it this way. He says 2021 says we
Yes.
have business to take care of. I know
Yes.
that's right. We got some
Yes.
business to take care of because all of the labor. Yes, my hope is built on nothing. That's right, Miss Penny.
Yes.
That's right. We have business of all the labor that we had to push through in 2020. Come on, for the women who've given birth to children, for all the dirt that was been buried on top of us in 2020. You know, we don't see the seedling as it struggles to break forth and
So
break
good.
that ground. Listen, we've been struggling in 2020. A lot of dirt has been dropped on us as we pressed our way and pushed through and breaking through that shell of the seed and then
Yep.
pressing our way through the ground and that fallow ground and everything till we become that beautiful rose that gave birth in the midst of concrete. Some of us had some concrete situations and that death came, concrete situations that job loss, concrete situations that maybe even homelessness in that.
Yes.
But you were still able to press through and find that ray of hope, find that crack that didn't quite make it in the seal from concrete to concrete. Come on. And we looked for the ray of hope and said, there it is. And said, that's my opportunity to break forth in 2021. I'm excited.
I am excited to, you know what, that's so good. I'm glad you paused because what I want to do here is I do it on my show, but I want you guys to put in the comments what you're grateful for.
Thank
Because,
you.
know,
Yes.
gratitude changes the lens by which
does.
I see my situation. And so
it
let's go
does.
ahead and really quickly change that situation that happened 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, the kids acting up.
Yes.
Listen, I am waiting for December 18th. So these kids will be on Christmas break and I will be on Christmas break from
Right.
school. But put in there, what are you grateful for? Because just an ounce of gratitude,
Yes.
it
Let's
begins
hear
to
it.
change the lens by which we see our situation. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it is. That's so good, Marty.
Well, thank you. Listen, Thomas has come on. So listen, Pastor Sean says this, stop looking for the big strides of success when all you need are constant steps of progress. Boy, don't make me reach through this.
Come on, Bishop. Come on, Bishop.
So I am grateful for my co-host has made it, and he's had a rough day, but he has pressed his way through all of that. And so come on in here, Brother Thomas.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's
Come
going
on, D.
on?
Thomas
I don't
Davis.
look. As they say, I don't look like what I've been through.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know that's right.
uh,
Listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you've without disclosing everything. You've had a very impactful rough day, but you pressed through all of that, and
yes.
you still got a smile on your face.
No other way, man. We got to give them
Yes,
hope, right?
that's
Right.
right. That's right. So
Right.
so since you got here, what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for patience today.
Right.
All jokes aside, though, I'm just grateful to have an opportunity to be able to do the work that I do. But before
Right.
I say that, I just want to say hello, Portia. I was raised right. There's a beautiful young lady in the house.
Come
How are
on.
you doing, Miss Portia? Good to see you. Now I can go back and ask your question.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm just excited to be able to pour into families during some very difficult times. Change is hard. Change is
Mm-hmm.
very hard right now. We are going through more than just a pandemic. We're going through
Right.
a lot of emotions. We're going through a lot of abuse. We're going through a lot of assaults. And we just got to be able to keep telling ourselves first and telling everybody else, don't give up, don't throw in the towel, and
Yes.
keep it moving. So I'm just grateful for that opportunity to pour into others. Although it's been a long day, I'm
Right.
still here and I'm
That's
refueling
right.
myself on this bottle of water.
I love it. I love it. So Anthony Key, my cousin, he talked about I'm grateful for my family. I know that's
So
right.
good.
Doing this. And then Valerie says, grateful that Jesus is a
A
healer. Come
healer.
on. Valerie, you're going to make us shout here. Raymond says, health, grace, and my wife. See, we're going back to that whole family issue again. Y'all keep
Yeah.
telling us, what are you grateful for? Portia, let's go to you. What are you grateful for today?
You know what, Marty? I am so grateful for community, the right
Yes.
community. I think
Yes.
that if anything, this pandemic has showed us is how important it is to have community. Some of us
Yes.
don't have, for me, my family lives up the street, I have my
Mm-hmm.
kids, but for many people, they don't have family that's close, but they still have
Right.
community. Right.
Right.
So I think for me, I'm so grateful that not only do I have my family, but I have my community. Like when you called today, honestly, I was kind of like, today is kind of sucking a little bit. Like just
Mm-hmm.
everything that I have going on,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I'm thinking about, everything that I'm
Right. Right.
questioning, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so community is so important because they don't always just show up when it's always good.
Hmm.
Right.
But
Right.
community has an ear to hear, especially as the believer, an ear to hear
Yes.
when the Holy Spirit
Yes.
is saying, call that person, text
Yes.
somebody, send them a
Yes.
note,
Yes.
something. And so I'm so grateful for this community. And who would have thought that in March, I would reach out to try to find someone that was a mental health expert that knew someone and someone I knew you, and
Right.
this relationship developed. And then I meet Thomas, and then I meet all of these people. And so
Yes.
community, I may not even talk to you every day, but community is
Right.
those people where there's safety.
Yes. And I thank you for reminding us of hope of a community.
Mhm.
And during this pandemic, I want to encourage people who's the community that has now come into your life? You know,
So good.
as a change has happened. Sometimes people come into your life for a season.
Right.
Sometimes people come into your life for an eternity. But who are the people that are in your life now who have sprinkled hope into you? Oh, you're laughing. I'm feeling you. Talk to us, Thomas. You're feeling that. Uh-huh.
I put in that comment only because in order for us to feel hope, we have to see it ourselves.
Mm.
And before someone else can pour into you, you have to be at a place to be ready to receive it.
Yes.
So a lot of this stuff starts with us internally, but like Portia said, it takes a village to raise a farm. It takes everybody to come together. Even when I'm not feeling that way, and and,
Right.
and I'm feeling depleted, someone that's close to me that knows when I'm not right in the face because I cannot hide my emotions facially. Someone who is close to me would know something ain't right with Thomas. So let me check
Right.
in with him. And that's what it's all about. Just letting down your guards, like
Yeah.
relaxing yourself. And just know that everything is not going to be all good every day, all day. Like just earlier, I hit Marty up like, "Yo, this is going on. I'm gonna be late. I'm glad you got Portia on the show because this is what's happening, and
Right.
we got to be able to accept it, make a move, and keep it going. Like I can't. I can't get stuck with what's happening. I have to find that solution. So if I can encourage anybody out here that is watching us this evening, no, don't get stuck. Find
Right.
your solution to that particular problem. And once you find that solution, let it go, people. Let it go and move forward.
That's so good.
Isn't that good? Because too many of us have focused so much on what is anxiety? I say this all. Anxiety is the over worry. You know, the allowing the intrusive thoughts to overtake you about things you can't control, about
Exactly.
things about the future. We can't control this pandemic, but I can try and manage what I can control.
That's
I
right.
can manage my household. I can manage my interaction, even though, and I can even manage how I reach out to people. I mean, Portia, you're in Atlanta. Thomas, you're in D.C. Pastor Sean, you're in Houston. You know, but we can still stay connected. Your mother is in North Carolina, Thomas. So, but we all have this. My aunt is in Missouri. So by just like you said, Portia, earlier, a simple phone call, a simple text message.
Yep.
That's how we bring hope to
Yep.
others in what appears to be, and I keep saying appears to be, hopeless situations.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's important. It's important.
It is. It's absolutely important. Oh, go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Ms. Portia, like, how do you encourage women? Because
That's
I
good.
get a lot of commentary that we always talk about the men. So I wanted to make a spin on it tonight. How do you encourage women to find their hope in these difficult times? Because I'm going to be honest, the dating scene is tough for women right now, and it's tough for us guys. Who
It's just
single.
tough, period.
the
It is
dating.
tough, period.
He said dating.
Right.
Dating. I don't know about that one, but I thought
She got a husband.
I thought he said the COVID scene was rough. But go ahead.
The COVID is rough. COVID is rough, but it's also difficult during this time where men and women are not able to go out and meet people and interact with each other. So how do you bring hope?
So we stay hopeful in the dating situation.
Listen to all my ladies, all my single ladies, I'm sorry.
We're having hope. We're having hope.
Laughter, it's like a medicine.
Right. It is.
It's like a medicine. And I think, I get the amazing opportunity. Even though my podcast is not women-centered, I'm a woman, so I get the opportunity to really talk to women. You guys can't hear them in the background, but I can, and so I'm laughing at that. But I get the opportunity to talk to all kind of women, so single women, married women, divorced women, widow. I mean, all kind of women. And I think, for me, one of the things, if we're talking about hope, let's just break it down into these four things that we'll look at.
Come on.
One is to have faith. Have faith. Again, it is that hope isn't that blinder. Girl, I know you lonely and I know you want some thighs in the bed with. I get that. I got that. I was single before. I know you're yearning to have kids, or the mom that is like trying to figure this out because maybe the kid's not doing well in school, or you're yelling a little bit more. Whatever the situation is, maybe it's the executive that's trying to figure out how do we save money so we can cut costs so I don't have to let people go. Yes. It is one, having that faith that, you know what, this is a moment, but this isn't the whole chapter. This isn't the whole book. This is just a moment. And after this moment, we will begin to see what this has produced in us, as we said earlier. So one, having that faith, knowing that after this, something's coming after this. And then obeying your body, right? We carry so much stress in our bodies. Headaches, not eating, not sleeping, eating too much, eating too much sugar. Hello, somebody. And so obey your body.
Right.
Watch those signs for your body. Are you more tired? Maybe work out. Maybe you need to hydrate. And while these seem like small tasks, I call them daily disciplines. And these daily disciplines produce consistency, as Pastor Sean said, in our lives. Yes. So if I have these daily disciplines, now they begin to become a part of who I am. So not only am I disciplined in drinking the water I need to drink or taking care of my body, but now I've developed this rhythm of discipline to now maybe I'm doing something different in my finances. Maybe I'm doing something different in my spirit life,
Right.
in my relationship life. So obey your body, get the rest that you need. Go see somebody if your mind is telling you that you're overwhelmed and you can't
Yep.
handle
Right.
it.
Yep.
Go see
Right.
somebody. Obey your body because it will tell you what you need to do. Just listen to it. And then number 3 is practice peace. So Marty, this is one thing I get. I love Priscilla Schreier. And ever since October, when Pastor took that sabbatical, I have 7 minutes of sabbatical every single day. For 7 minutes, I do absolutely nothing.
Wow.
And so I may listen to something really softly, but I just have that time. This is outside of my devotion, 7 minutes in the middle of the day to make me stop, right? And think about, God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this. But I don't have no, I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about anything else. It
Right.
is 7 minutes of sabbatical, 7 minutes of rest. That's what I do. So that's
Come on,
how I
completion.
practice my peace.
Right.
That's how I
Thank
Right.
you.
practice my peace. So practice your peace, whatever that is. Take your 7 minutes. You may be like, Portia, I ain't even a believer like that. That's fine, girl. Listen, you could take 7 minutes of rest, do your little affirmations, do whatever you need to do. Just be quiet. Just carve out time so you can have peace,
Right.
whatever that looks like. Because sometimes we're like, I ain't got 30 minutes. I don't have an hour. 7 minutes, we can do anything in 7 minutes.
Come
Listen,
on.
mother.
Come
Listen,
on.
mom of the little kids, go in the bathroom for 7 minutes. Listen, I do that. I do that. They be
Right.
like, what you doing in the bathroom? And
In
they
my peace.
Right.
in my
Get
peace.
my
So
peace
practice your
on.
peace.
Right.
Right.
Whatever that looks like for you. And I say 7,
Right.
it's an easy small number to do.
Right.
Yes.
And then exemplify grace. Give yourself grace, girl. Listen, when the world opens up, you will be able to go where you need to go and get who you need to get. And in this moment, can I just speak? Because we talking about, oh, I'm a single ladies. Let me tell you, when I was single, I was not planning to be married at the time that I met my husband, but I worked on me. I
Yes.
exemplified grace to me, though, that I needed to work on me, and the things that I did that I needed God to work in, I gave myself grace. Girl,
Yes.
you're not going to be perfect. Honey, you had 26 years of craziness. And so give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, mom, that you don't have all the answers. Give yourself grace, executive, that you have some hard
Yes.
decisions to make. Give yourself grace,
Yes.
sister, auntie, grandma, big mama, best friend. Give yourself grace. We are living in a time that we've never lived in before and trying to navigate that. And that is hope.
Thank you
Wow.
so much, Miss Portia. So I want to clean it up. I was joking him in the back of the chat. This is a disclaimer. This is not let's make a date. This is not a speed dating session tonight. But I have been coming across a lot of individuals,
Uh-huh.
more particularly women, who are struggling during this time of physically distance.
That's it.
They are concerned about bringing their friends around them, their people that they've been interacting with, and they're just feeling that sense of loneliness. And
Yeah.
all day today, it's just been this running theme. Like, I'm lonely. I don't know what to do. I know I love him, he loves me, but we can't see each other because of distance and elderly parents. And so that's why I asked you, why and what would you empower and pour into women, because there are
Yeah.
women that are watching this evening that have to make tough decisions during this upcoming holiday.
Yeah, you know what? Pastor and I met in Iraq. So a lot of you guys don't know that. My husband, I'm
Oh
sorry,
wow.
John Henry Scott III, we met in Iraq. And when I got back to the States,
Come
we
on, Iraq.
essentially had 2 years where we were not living together. We did see each other every 3 months, but you got to remember the miles, the time. And so for those that are in relationships, but they can't see them and they're lonely, and I
Right.
get it. I know I made a comment about wanting thighs, and I mean, I'm still serious about that. I understand. I get it, girl. I get it. But I think, it's so amazing what we could do with technology. He and I didn't
Right.
have the ability to video chat. So we had to talk. And let me tell you what that did. And I mean, I'm not bragging on us, or nothing like that, but we communicate very effectively because we had
Right.
to. So let
Right.
this time be a time where you're
That's
learning
good.
how to communicate effectively.
Right.
Have you
Yes.
a date? Go on Zoom.
That's
You
right.
get you a little blanket. You make you some cheese. If you drink wine, have you some wine. You guys have a date and have memories, because this will be
Yes.
the thing is, you know what this is doing? Because it's pulling us away physically. So
Right.
now I know that I don't just want you because of your physical, but now I
Right.
want you
There
because
you
you have
go.
so much more to offer me, because I'm falling in love with our conversations. I'm falling in love with the man that you are. I'm falling in love with the
Teach
person
us.
that God
Teach
has
us.
ordained for me. And so
That's
it's
right.
so important that, yes, you can't be physically there. And I know how it feels. So see, I'm not somebody that just was saying, I was married. I was legally able to have a bed under file. Hello.
Right.
And but you have to do those things that that
The
that that
Elvis.
that you can develop those small little memories. That is going to
Yes.
be the thing that you guys remember and that sustain. And I'm telling you, that communication, learn how to communicate now in
That's
this
right.
season, so that when you guys have stuff face to face, you'll be like, oh, we already there. That's not even the culture of our relationship. The way that we
Right.
handle it is this.
Right.
So you can now start to put things in place, because that physical is taken
You
away.
see, I'm throwing up my game size because you
Oh my
talking.
goodness.
You
Good.
talking. You talking truth.
He
And
done
let
made
me
us
say
the
this.
dating game. He done threw out his gang size. He done threw out his frat size. What else you gonna do here today,
Who
Thomas?
knows? Who knows? Who knows? But
Uh,
Portia, I want to go back to what you just said earlier, because Dr. Sean said something
Yeah.
too, that you are also helping men.
oh,
And what I
Yes.
also would say is that during this time, you hit it right there. I can't take away from it. Although we are not together, it's also teaching us a lot about ourselves.
mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
And it's teaching
Yes,
us not to be just connected, like you said, in their physical, but be connected with somebody that you can be with even when things are beyond our control. So
Hold
thank you
on.
for sharing
Yeah.
that.
Dr. Sean, I sent you the link to join us. Check your email. Come on in. Come on. We ain't scared of you. But but but
Yes.
but yeah, but you've given us hope. And that
Mhm.
message was not just for women. It was for all of us. Whether
Yes.
you are married, whether you're single, whatever. And I love what Dr. Sean says, give yourself as much grace
Yep.
that
yes,
you issue to others.
Yep.
You
so
gotta
good.
give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to breathe.
Yep.
Give yourself permission to say, listen, today I'm not okay, and I'm gonna
Yes.
take 7 minutes. We gave Dougie Fresh 6 minutes. Give yourself 7.
So now you rapping tonight now?
That's right. We gave Dougie Fresh 6. Give yourself 7. Give
So I
yourself
can't
always
throw my
one more than
game
a.
side up, but
Hey,
you
hey,
can
hey,
rap.
hey, hey, hey. 6 minutes,
Six
Dougie
minutes.
Fresh, you on.
6 minutes.
Yes.
Hey, Lottie Dottie.
Oh,
We
listen,
like
listen.
to party.
Listen, we got Pastor Sean that came on. We can't do this without him.
Here he come.
Pastor
Here he
Sean,
come.
come on and join us, Doc. How you feeling?
Well, good evening
The
Good evening
bishop.
and salutations.
and salutations unto you, my father's children.
Yeah,
Listen,
Oh,
brother, you talking sound doctrine on that side of the side of the world.
yes,
about
she
this
is, ain't
COVID
she?
stuff.
Oh,
Can y'all
my
hear me
goodness.
clearly?
You
yes.
can hear me. Yes.
You can. All right. I got this iPad thing. I'm growing up in my professional skill set, Thomas. I have an
I
iPad.
see you, brother. I see you.
Yes,
I see you.
I have discharged the Google ministry and have stepped up to the iPad. God has built a promotion portion.
Look at
Hallelujah.
him.
Come
Look
on.
at him. Yes, he has enlarged your territory.
Won't he
Yes,
do it?
You let him.
enlarge your territory. You better come
My
on.
God, listen, he will allow you to talk overseas without having to pay a price.
You know what?
You listen. You will live the
I
first
can't.
class lifestyle without paying the price, according to
I
Philippians.
can't talk to me clear. Listen,
I,
I wanted to
Go
get
ahead.
in on this. Listen, Marty, only you can draw me because I'm still in my work clothes. Only
That's all right. You all right. You know I got nothing but love for you.
Listen, I want to share this one thing. Portia tapped on something, and I was in here screaming as if I had a church. It is important
Yes.
that we as humans do
Mhm.
not forget our humanity.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yep.
It is, you all, listen, I'm going to say this, and this is true. My friend in Houston, Pastor Marvetta Walker, she pastors Fresh Wind Christian Church here in Houston, Texas. Every week, we as a team do weekly welfare checks on our members because on the phone, I hear you sounding right,
Mhm.
but on a face-to-face call, I can see you
Mhm.
not telling me the truth. And so we have to
So
be
good.
intentional about not how we check in, but how we respond to our strong people.
Mm-hmm.
Because strong people are accustomed to pretending everything is all right.
It's okay.
And that's witchcraft.
You better come on.
And I
You
said,
better come on.
because the people who give the most are the people you need to go check in on the first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say something that's horrible. So the first place my conversation should have been, Portia, is with Marty and with Thomas, because they give the most. And so, like, you checked on Marty. So when we hang up, I'm calling Thomas FaceTime because I have an iPhone now. Yes, touch your neighbor, see iPhone.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Come on,
ready.
He will. Let him. And I'm coming for you, because people who give the most should be checked on the first.
That's right.
Right.
That's so good.
Right.
That's
and
good.
So let's talk about this couples thing, Portia, because you talked about it, and I'm gonna get out there and talk, because this is what nobody talked about. Single people need to clean up their game.
Ooh. Now's the time to.
Ooh.
Let me take my
Y'all better.
He took his glasses off.
Your game. Let me say this to you: if you can't apply for credit to get a loan, you can't apply for credit to get an emotional loan.
In the show, look.
Listen, I'm a holiness preacher. Listen, I'm a holiness.
You better come on.
Like it is. And I'm gonna on the table. And got it. And if you playing bones, it takes 10 to get in.
You better come on. You better come on, Pastor Sean.
You got to clean up your emotional credit. You are carrying baggage that is not even your original content.
Can you put that in the chat box?
Put the scripture for those of you who are Christian. Let me give you the scripture, because I know you like stood your line. No, I'm clear. The Bible says, "Lay aside every weight and sin." That's what the book says.
So easily, yes, it does.
So easily besets you. Here's what nobody talks about. The preachers get stuck on the sin, but don't nobody talks about what besets you.
The weight. Come on.
Talk to me, Portia. And this is what nobody talks about. You in ministry, you carry the weight of ministry. You married, you got children, you got nobody talks about the things that they don't see, because you don't think they qualify to see them. Let me bring you to a conversation. This is where the church is quiet. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off my box. It is witchcraft to fake it till you make it.
You better come on. You better come on.
If you are fake, that's not faith.
No,
that is not faith.
Faith is you stand in the midst. You never saw when he held up his hands, he waited on somebody to come grab his hands. Moses sat in the chair, lifted his hands, and then the people came and supported him. He didn't wait for the support to show up and lift his hands.
That's right.
He lifted his hands first. When was the last time you looked at your situation, lifted your hands first, and waited for the help to show up?
You better come.
Sean. Dr. Sean.
Don't listen. I passed the way I stand. You sent for me. I was on Facebook responding. You sent
right. We sent for you.
These are your church announcements. Please govern yourself accordingly.
Govern yourself accordingly.
Listen, and for everybody that's watching this, you can go tell them I said it. All the way from Houston, Texas, from Sweet Orange, Texas.
That is not faith.
You are qualified to change the environment, not the atmosphere.
Now tell us the difference.
Because atmosphere is God-given. Environment is where man lives.
That's
God
right.
agrees with what you're going to do because he gave it to you. Because man lives in time, God authorizes season.
Come on,
Dr.
you better come on.
Sean, slow it down a little bit. Can you go back and talk?
Be careful.
Can you go? Oh, I'm ready tonight. Trust me. I've been up since 5 o'clock.
Let me put my glasses on so I can see your future.
Where my glasses? I need some glasses, Dr. Sean.
Clear, Thomas.
All right, my question is,
I have a progressive lens.
You was going so fast, but I want you to stay there and talk to us about emotional credit.
All right. So when we talk about emotional credit, let's be clear. Come on, Valerie. Yes, ma'am. So here's what we got to talk about. Emotional credit is when you do the work to clean up what you've been through.
Come on.
The weight is what you've been through, and you haven't healed from it.
That's right.
And the church is gonna put me out, but I'm gonna say it. You can be saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, baptized, and need a
Yep.
Thank you.
And assigned Prozac and Zoloft that you need to take consistently, along with your blood pressure and diabetic medicine, and colonoscopy at 45 instead of 50.
There it is.
Right.
There it is.
And that's a conversation we don't have.
Because
how do we have?
You are wasting time because it's uncomfortable. Let me bring you to a conversation, church. Here it is right here. The more uncomfortable it is, the more important it is.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And
that's
right,
so
good.
good.
The more uncomfortable it is, the more important it is. Because what you're running from is what you need to be running to.
That's right. And Pastor Sean, that's the thing, is that they don't want to clean up. We don't want to clean up the emotional credit because we want to live in faith. God, I'm standing in faith that God's gonna bring me the guy that I got all of these things for, but you got bad credit.
Your attitude is bad.
You're unkind.
You've been denied. You know why you've been denied? So, because this is what people talk about. Physically, you look good. Sexually, you got performance.
You better come on.
You're a bankrupt. I said it.
Bankrupt.
I said it.
And in your spirit. And so the problem is that we're looking for soulmates, but you should be looking for a spirit mate, somebody that matches your spirit, because your soul is your mind, your will, your intellect, your imagination, and your emotions. And so we are looking for somebody that's going to be able to cater to that. But you need somebody in the spirit that can speak to your spirit, so that when I'm sick, I know that you can call down heaven, so that when something's going on, you can cover me. I don't need you to just be covering me with covers, but I need to make sure that the prayers of the righteous, that they avail as much. So while we do, in fact, what you say, that we don't have the opportunity to change atmospheres, because if we did, David wouldn't have to wait for 21 days because the angel was held in Prince of Persia was holding him up. And so what the Lord said is that I'm going to send down Michael, the angel of warfare, because you have no principality in the atmosphere.
Well, let me tell y'all something. Both of y'all, hold on, Dr. Shaw. Let me tell y'all something. To our listening audience tonight, we are still giving y'all hope.
It is.
We ain't on topic, but we on hope. Go ahead,
this is hopeful. This is hope, because too many of us have the blessings. We think the blessings have been blocked or denied or delayed, and that's not it.
Right.
What Pastor Sean has come on and said. Listen, go clean up your emotional credit while you have chance. While you are in quarantine, that's perfect time to clean up your house, clean up your physical house, your mental health, your spiritual house, your credit house, every house you want to clean up.
I want to walk down this street because I know they're gonna click me off here when I say it, and that's fine. Because I don't make me never mind. Because I mind my business well. But I'm gonna say this.
I love him
because here is the issue: you can't sex your emotional credit present.
I'm about to write it on my page.
I got to go.
Hold on. I'm about to make it on my post. Hold on.
I got to go.
And this is the drawback. Until you pay for what you've earned, you can't keep running for credit.
That's so good. That's so good, Dr.
In the ministry, Reverend Dr. Sylvester Smith preached a sermon out of Acts: a sick church, a lame man, and 2 broke preachers. It's still in my head. Right? I can preach it like it was new, like it's new news to the church. He had one disposition that bothered me to my soul, Portia, and he said the church forgot that its authority is not the same as its anointing. Your anointing to pray is not the same as your authority. It is in your anointing that you give your authority the privilege to go forth.
You better come on.
And so the reason the church was sick is because it forgot that it was anointed to pray. And in its prayers, it granted the authority for folk to live. Can we talk about something? The reason your life is where it is because you forgot that little concept that called those things that be not as though they were. In order to do that, you got to go to where they were and then go stand and where they were and call your present life forward.
Yep.
Stand in your present and command your future.
That's good.
If you want to change the dichotomy of your future, parenthetically speaking, you've got to go beyond your present life. Look to your future, stand there, and then tell your present to line up.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you want to be married, you got to get yourself in the position to get married. That means your financial credit is straight.
Right.
Your emotional credit, you've got to do the work, and the butt naked work, not the work that makes people look good. Because black don't crack. I said it. We don't crack. We don't. We can get 4 hours of sleep and look good, but now them life rights Thomas we need a meeting on.
Sean, Pastor Sean, you were saying something, and I know,
Yeah.
we've been laughing, but that really is hope.
is.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tell
It
you,
is.
when I met my husband, I spent that whole year, not just for him, but the Holy Spirit had been telling me, you need to clean this up. You need to clean this up. And I spent a whole year cleaning up my credit. And so when I met him, let me tell you what I asked him. I said, you want to see my credit report?
Uh-oh.
I had nothing to hide.
Right. Right.
Right.
You want to see this credit that, yes, I had messed up in my younger years, but
Right.
I am now mature, because marriage is for mature people.
Come
And so I am mature.
Mm.
And so, yes, when I wanted to buy the Louis Vuitton, and when I wanted to do that my integrity wouldn't let me, because I done now stole Bank of America's money. Because when
Right.
you don't pay your bills, you're stealing.
Right.
Right.
And
Ooh.
so I had to clean all of that up. I had to, and not just the credit, but like you said, that
don't pay
emotional
your
thing.
bills, you are stealing. These are
You
your
are
church
stealing.
announcements. Please govern yourself.
I had to,
When you
and
don't
one
pay
of
your bills, you are stealing.
Stealing.
And
Exactly.
the
And
scripture
it-
says, will a man rob
Rob
God?
God.
You know what? You know what?
Listen.
Miss Portia, I love that, because I can honestly tell you for myself, since we've been on this pandemic in March, I made some decisions to take the extra money that I will be
Yes.
spending
Mhm.
out in the street. I've been putting it in the bank. I've been
Yes.
paying off bills, because what you
Yes.
said, as a transparent person that's on this line, when I was in college and you walk down that hallway in the cafeteria, and there's Capital One, there is American Express, there is
It's
Discover.
everybody.
I had them all in my pocket.
Right. Right.
And I robbed God, I ain't gonna lie, because when I left college, so did the credit cards. But I realized when I got older, when you start to do things, that you can't escape your past, which is my point. What you did in your past will always come back and haunt you in your
Yeah.
future. Take care of what you think that you're gonna get away from, because it does not never go away.
No.
It hides, but it comes.
Never
it
goes
comes
away.
full circle. So thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that.
What I'm definitely hearing today for those, so
That's good.
as
Thank
we're
you.
doing this, because here's the hope. You have an opportunity to get
Get it
yourself
right.
together.
Yep.
No. You have an obligation,
Well, that's too.
not an opportunity, because the obligation
good.
is
Right.
the opportunity.
Yes,
Let me clean
yes.
that up. Because
Okay.
we've been playing with the opportunity too long. So God
Yes.
has set a time limit on the obligation. You got to get your house in order right now. You can't go to 2021 and play the same games you played for the last 20 years.
That's
Ooh.
right.
So what we thought was going to be a 2 weeks obligation,
I'm
in
listening.
that now has become has come a 10-month, so that we can enter into 2021 much differently, much more mature, much
Right.
more rooted and grounded. If I use that same analogy of the plant, now we're rooted and grounded in 2020, so that when we break forth in that's good, Marty. Break forth in 2021 with that. Come on.
Come on, Marty.
It's the break forth year.
You better come on.
In the break forth in your dreams, break forth
Right.
with your goals, break forth with your relationships, break forth with your new business.
Yes,
Just break
yes,
forth, break
yes,
forth,
yes.
break forth.
2021 is the year of acceleration.
Yes, that's
Come on.
it.
It is
My
Accelerate.
the
word
year
is-
of acceleration. You
And
don't
I-
have the ability to placate, to play,
Mhm.
to pretend. 2021 is the year that God is going to hold us accountable, because He is accelerating everything that He promised you personally. You don't get to invest in emptiness when He's already given you seed.
You know what I'm gonna say for 2021 to add on to that?
Talk to me.
We've been in a holding spot since March 15th, right? So we had to stop. In 2021, it's time for us to go. And this is what I tell my clients: go
Stop
get
it.
it, go after it, go for it, because we done already stopped. Now
And
that
we
we
lost.
stopped, right?
We
So
stopped
go get
and
it.
we lost.
So go
you
get
have
it.
nothing to lose. And let me
Right.
say this:
Wow.
I've yet to find anybody that invested in God to come up short.
Yep. Yep.
It's been phenomenal. I know I started off 2020 saying I want 2020 vision. We got it.
Yeah.
And we didn't like the vision, because now I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, and then with
The humidity done set in, and my lenses are fogged up. Let me be
yes, but the chorus says it's going to be a bright, sunshiny
Sunshiny
day.
day.
That is.
Come on. Come
I
on, come
love
on.
it.
And that's what we have forward to look forward. So
Right.
the hope of the message is we got a brighter day coming.
We
Yep.
do.
The hope is, even though we might be quarantined, listen, get everything in order. Get those relationships in order. Get those
Yes.
finances in, get that emotional, come on, baggage
Get
in order.
you in order.
Get
Get
us in order.
you first
In
in
order.
order.
Yes, yes. Okay, y'all running me crazy tonight. I can't take it. I can't take it. Pastor
Listen,
Sean.
you gonna
Yes, sir.
leave me alone in Houston. Portia, I try to mind my business.
You
No,
what?
we don't.
Pastor Sean, you was minding your own business. You was just in the people's chat, and then they came for you. They called for you. When somebody calls for you, you got to show up, right?
They call for you on live. They don't just call. He sent for me.
For the world to know.
Listen, and
See, what had happened was,
did not show up because parenthetically speaking, that is unethical.
But listen, Pastor Sean, the good thing is you stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Yes. Come
on.
That is the thing.
Yeah, because
Is that
I live where I-
2021 is coming and people are calling.
That's
but if
good.
you don't have your stuff in order, you want that business, listen, go get you an EIN number. Start to put the things in place right now
And
for
get
what
a
you want to
mentor.
see, so that when someone calls you on live, you can come. So that Marty could call me and say, hey, I don't have to get ready because I've been ready.
right.
I practiced this over and over in my bedroom.
Yes,
No one was
yes.
calling me. I
Yes.
practiced this while I'm at my thing, while I'm at the Essence, and I say, hello, hello, darling. I'm
Hello,
Portia Scott
darling.
of Portia Scott Media, and we are going to help you thrive. So when I get to Essence Fest, I done already been there in my mind. I've already painted the picture, so I
Right.
know what it's going to look like. I know what I'm going to drive up, who's going to drive me. I know what the plane
Y'all
ride's going to be.
talking.
You
I know what it's
talking
going to look
good.
like and what it's going to feel like. I know that when God sends you, the man or the woman, you already been there. So you don't have to get ready because you've been there already. So Pastor Sean just taught us something about hope, is that we have this opportunity
This
to get ready.
opportunity.
And what you just
It's
taught
an
us, Portia,
obligation to get ready.
Yes.
and what you
yes.
just taught us, Portia, is that we write our vision and we make it plain. That's what you just taught us.
Now, Thomas, I'm gonna say this to you, and then I'm going on back in my corner. I'm gonna say this. I don't know what you've been through today. I don't know what all you've experienced. I'm gonna say this to you. You wear it well.
Mm.
And I want to thank you for showing up fully, even though you're carrying the weight of everything that you've went through today, and you didn't
Glory.
complain about the weight of what you carry.
Thank you.
Because you've done that, I want to tell you this. It's okay to make you first in the process of caring for others.
So
Ayanna Van
Receive.
Zandt said it well. What's in the cup is yours. What falls over is for the other people. Be sure as you go forward, taking care of all of us, that you've made sure you've taken care of all of you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's so good.
Thank you.
Self-care is God's care.
Thank you. I receive it. Thank you.
Self-care, and it's okay. And I'm going to say this to all of my pastors, bishops, all these folk who lead in ministry. It is okay to take time away from the people that you lead because their
Yes.
need will never go away.
That's right. That's
Thank
But
you
right.
for
your
that.
need to go away to get recharged, refreshed, and revitalized is important because you can't give what you don't have.
Look at my mom talking about so she loves that. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
That
Come
is
on, mother.
right.
Listen, mother, you need to inbox me. We need to talk. We need to strategize.
Oh, she will.
Yeah, inbox me,
will.
mother, and I'll send you my number so we can talk because I feel a drive-by in D.C. in January.
He got an iPhone
Ginger.
now. He ready for
Look,
people to
look,
text
look,
him and
look,
inbox
look.
him.
Wear a
He
mask.
upgraded.
Let me tell you something about the God I serve. He gives the benediction to those that have served their purpose. And on January 20th, we're going to witness a global benediction. I ain't got no friends.
Come on. Come.
Listen, I'm from the Holiness Church. You got to dismiss the sin from the sanctuary.
Okay,
Whether it's
Holiness.
orange, toupee, made up.
I love Pastor Sean.
Right.
I
He
do.
just
do.
said, listen,
I just can't.
Pastor Sean, can I announce this? What's happening to you in
No,
in
you cannot,
okay.
but I know you are begone.
be obedient to the Lord, Marty. Be obedient
Marsha,
to the Lord.
My side.
For-
You on
see?
my side, baby. My side. You on my side.
Pastor
you need
Sean
one
is-
of those sweet potato pies. What you
That's
be over there
right.
cooking?
He always cooking.
Everything and nothing.
Exactly.
He is being elevated this July, if I'm not mistaken.
September 25th.
Oh, September, yes, of 2021, elevated to the position of
Bishop.
Amen. We are so excited for him.
That is amazing.
You hear his wisdom. You hear his wisdom. No, Pastor Sean is not in California. He is in Houston. God bless his heart and his ministry. They beat and ran him out of Cali because he been in. Yeah, we just let him visit.
No, I wouldn't. No, they wouldn't because Greg Newsom is preaching holiness. They just don't want to hear what that boy got to say. He is preaching the gospel because the only way you're gonna get that thing under control is because ain't nobody talking. The church, if people was listening to the wisdom that he was preaching, they wouldn't have never called church to order. And they wouldn't have let that witch walk in there and pull out $60 and put it in the offering basket like he was at the butt naked club.
Okay.
Because those who have been in church know church.
I
said what I said. You evangelical, but don't know how to read. You don't know how to give an offering. That's witchcraft. Listen, I'm going back. You can delete me now because I ain't got no shame. Don't come for me unless you got some power.
We have had an amazing time. See, listen. I love it because it really is about giving hope. It really is about hearing all these views. And for me, I cannot separate mental health from my spirituality because for me they're intersynced. And I cannot even begin to have mental health and mental capacity until I check myself spiritually.
Let me say this for you, Marty, because you're not going to brag about it. Pastors, benevolence offering. So often we are so concerned about keeping the lights on in somebody's house that we're not keeping the lights on in somebody's head. Use the benevolence to pay for therapy.
My God.
Go get people like Marty and Thomas. Get them on your side. Make them a part of your ministry team. Make your ministry leaders go get psyche evals. Go find out how they are mentally performing, because how they're mentally performing is going to tell you how they're spiritually going to show up.
That's so good. That's so good.
Listen, pastors, we deal with all things spiritual. We can offer an ear to hear. But when you look at Luke was a physician. Therapists are a physician. Bring them as a part of your ministry team. Don't just pay to keep the lights on in the house. Pay to keep the lights on in the person that you lead, because that's
so good.
Important.
Wow.
That's so good.
Wow.
I'm going to cash app you a blessing, brother.
Can you cash app me something too?
Listen, Mark, I have sent people to Mark.
Yes. You
with
have.
a threat. If he don't text me that you have spoken to him tonight, I'm coming to your house to knock on your door, and you do not want that experience from me.
You don't want that.
Pick your battles. Do you want to text him, or do you want me at your door?
Because Pastor Sean has time.
But it's the truth.
It's so good.
Right.
Listen, Pastor Sean, I can't think. I wish more pastors were like you, and that door really does open up, because I get these random texts. You don't know me, but Pastor Sean told me if I don't talk to you today, he gonna show up at my door. So can you please at least text him back and let him know
that I text you?
But that is so good, because we have to be concerned about the physical and mental wellness of our churches.
The whole church, and not the people that just show up.
Yes.
That's
the
good.
whole church are not the people who come to your building on Sunday. The whole church is everybody who makes up the pulsating heart of Christ himself.
That's good.
The tricks, the prostitutes, the lesbians, the gays,
Come on.
the heterosexuals that are sleeping with the homosexuals, the trans.
You better come on. Pastor Sean, if you're going to preach, you better preach then.
If you're going to preach holiness, you got to preach all of it. Don't preach
all of it.
You can't preach against the sins you don't participate in, and then let the ones you participate in slide on grace.
You better come on. You better come on.
Oh, my goodness.
The ecclesia. The
whole body of Christ. This is why they don't sing.
Not your building. Not your building.
I don't see needs to click me off. Where is he? He ain't even on here. He needs to click me off.
He talking about Daryl.
He needs to click me.
May the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent one from the other.
Oh my God.
May the Lord bless and keep you.
Now
Make
may
his
the
face
grace
to
of
shine
God,
upon you.
Lord,
Be
and the sweet
gracious unto
communion of the
you
Holy Spirit.
and give you peace.
Listen,
I can't. Listen, we are having such a great time. Listen,
I
we
know.
are at our time, y'all.
We are.
This has been. We want y'all to know
Oh,
that
Paula, thank you.
Of course, Paula is amazing. Listen, y'all, we've had a great time. We wanted to offer hope in a different way today, and this is what it was. It was totally different. None of this was scripted, as you can tell.
None.
Clearly.
Clearly,
Clearly.
but it was so helpful. And this is when you have, as Portia said, friends that you can call on that pour into you. I'm trying to hold it together because the tears and everything is just welling up in the back of my head right now. Yeah, because I feel hopeful. And that y'all, we want you, every one of us on here, want you to have hope during this time. Now is not the time to give up, but now is the time to cling fast to that hope, give yourself grace, and clean up that emotional debt that you are in with that. So real quick, Pastor Sean, we're going to let you go after this. Can the saints get a hold of you? How can they get a hold of you?
If you're looking for me, I pastor a church here in Houston, Texas called Freedom Church Houston. You can find us, www.fchouston.org. And there is a place for you to give, connect with us. And if you want to meet with me and to connect with us, put your email address and it will allow you to send a message to the pastor and they will get that to me. And then I will reach out to you so that we can connect. For any reason, even if it's not spiritual, if you need spiritual therapy, financial counseling, we've got people in place that are connected to our ministry that are not members of our church, but we believe in their professional practices, that we would put our name and brand attached to theirs. So if you need help, give us a call, reach out to us, let me know what's up. I'm here for you. Even though I'm in this great country they call the Republic of Texas, I'm still here.
The great country of the Republic. We're going to pray your strength
Listen,
in the Lord.
For the money. The Texas is only in the union for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Dr. Shaley is on here. You see, he commented. I got to have him on next week. Clear. Yes. Clear
Tyrone Shealy. Yes, sir.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
6'6" of him. You need to get him on it.
Mr. Shealy, we got to have you on. I'm reaching out to you. We having you on next week. Clear your calendar.
Don't want no foolishness, Tyrone.
Yes, we do. That's what it's all about. But hopeful foolishness
Yes.
with that. Portia, as always, how can we get a hold of you? You are absolutely amazing.
Oh, you guys are so kind. So you can connect with me on Facebook at I am Portia Scott or Instagram at I am Portia Scott. You can also see me on YouTube at Portia Scott Media. And so all of those ways you can send direct messages to me. I answer all of them. I am the one that answers them. So you don't have to worry
Yes.
about someone else answering your emails or seeing those things. I answer them directly. So you can find me on any of those links. You can also go to Wake Up and Show Up podcast with Portia Scott on Apple, on Spotify, on Stitcher. And really, my hope is that we would be able to make an impact in our own lives and in the people around us so that we can thrive. And that's the only thing that I'm trying to do. And then on Sunday, you can see me and Marty on Wake Up Well.
Yes.
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Love it. So this is we just gave you a foretaste of what's to come on Sunday. Because we're going to have Pastor
Dr. Shaw was on the show.
Yes, I
Yes.
was. And had a blast.
Yes, always.
And
Yes.
all you got to do is send me a text and say, "Come on," and I got you, baby.
Okay, don't
and fully accounted for.
Don't test me, because
We can't get him and Pastor Scott on
now
there at the
that
same
is
time.
true.
That
See,
would be too
that is
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then
But Thomas, you on
get.
my side, son. My side.
Oh, yeah, I got you,
Listen,
brother.
My side.
We're gonna get
I got you, brother.
Margarita's story on there as well, and that would just blow
Yes.
everything.
Read a
Yes.
story now. We get along just fine. Now
I know y'all do. She was on last
but
week.
I'm here for Dr. Story.
Paula says she can't wait for Sunday.
Same day she present, I need to be there for that.
Yes.
Yes. Thomas, as
Coming
always,
with a mop.
how can we get a hold of you?
Daryl, if you could just roll it up, there we go. You can reach me on Instagram at Limitless Outcomes. You can find me on YouTube at Limitless Possibilities LLC. My email address is limitlesspossibilitiesforyou.com. And the website is limitlesspossibilitiesforyou.com. I am also excited that Portia, I will be watching your show Sunday at 7 because I'm doing something at 5, so I'll be done.
Oh, now what are you doing at 5?
What are you
So
doing at 5?
on Sunday at 5, me and this darling lady in Richmond, Virginia, Rhonda Prater, will be talking to men about skincare. Because, like Dr. Sean said, part of taking care of your body is taking care of your physical. So, we're going to be doing some skincare things and teaching us how to keep our face clean and our ears clean and all that great stuff. So, yes, I'm excited.
And when is your next show coming up?
My next show is coming up next Sunday, December the 13th, and the following Sunday on December the 20th.
Awesome. Move mountain, break barriers.
Yes.
Come
Now
on,
you know
come
that's
on.
a whole ministry by itself. I just want
Right.
to say, I just want to put that out there. That in and of itself is that sound like I'm gonna just put it out there. That sounds like a retreat in 21.
But if I'm honest, Dr. Sean, I am standing on the shoulders of Portia and Marty because these two and you, all of you all pour into me, which is why I'm able to put what I'm dealing with to the side to come on here to give everybody hope. Because
That's
if
right.
I can deal with what I can deal with, so can you, viewers.
There is somebody you need to connect with, Thomas. I'm gonna make it my intentional business. There is a pastor in Carolina. I think it's Columbia. Her name is Apostle Tiffany Harrison. Tiffany
Ooh.
Adams. Tiffany Adams. That's her name. Tiffany Adams. I'm past my bedtime. Tiffany Adams. She pastors a church called The Way Columbia, but she is a thinking Pentecostal. And the way that she perceives the scripture and the way that she interprets the text and the way that she applies it to preaching, you two need to talk.
Okay.
And I'm going to
All
make it
right.
my intentional business.
I'm going to FaceTime you after this.
Yes, because you two need to connect because she's got something coming in March. And if I can get you two connected, I will make it my financial investment to be sure you get there for that and you become a part of that conversation because she will have a platform of pastors who need to see and
Come
hear
on.
your voice.
Thank you.
And
This is how you give hope, y'all.
I will make it an investment of my own personally to be sure I get you two connected and I get you from DC to Carolina so you two can connect because people need to hear your voice and they need to hear a voice of someone that looks like them, that sounds like them, that can relate to them, who knows them.
Thank you, brother.
Bring science
So good.
to the conversation and address the spiritual work that they are engaging. So yes,
Love you, brother. Thank
only
you.
because it's you. If
Only 'cause-
it was anybody else, I would be confused.
Listen, y'all, we are having such a great time.
Okay.
This is how you show hope.
Wow.
By
Yes.
making investments in other people, because as you
so
invest in them, the investment cannot go out and not come back
Right.
to you and,
Right.
and double and triple and quadruple fold. So by that, as I always say, I want to thank you for joining us here on Mental Health Matters with Marty. Again, my name is Martina Sellers, your mental health hygienist, and you can reach me on the following platforms if you will. I can be reached. Here we go on my website at mentalhealthmarty.com. And if you are looking how to bless someone this Christmas and you're looking for a good idea, invest in their mental wellness by purchasing some of the merchandise on there. Again, on mentalhealthmarty.com. I can also be reached through social media platforms. On Facebook, Mental Health Matters with Marty. On YouTube, Martina Sellers. That's my government name, y'all. Yes. Pero no habla nada español. And then also on my, please check out my podcast. Subscribe to my podcast on Mental Health Matters with Marty on every streaming podcast form. And then for all you Apple listeners, please leave us a 5-star rating and a review. And become an iMatter member by texting iMatter to 31996. Again, 31996 by texting iMatter. As always, we don't want you to suffer in silence in the shadow of shame, but we want you to speak up, speak out, and live. Until next week, listen, there is hope. Be safe, and we'll see you next time. God bless.